Hello YouTube and people of the interwebs, welcome back to another Doctor Who video. Now, in today's video, I'm going to be breaking down and discussing the reasons why I think Doctor Who may or may not have a nostalgia problem. Now, what do I actually mean by a nostalgia problem? Because, I mean, seemingly we're in the era of nostalgia. Every big franchise right now is nostalgia-centric. If we look at Marvel, they've brought back the original Spider-Man. There's Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. If we look at Star Wars, CGI young Anakin Skywalker is back. They did an Obi-Wan series. Even the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, they're gonna do like the HBO reboot. Like every big franchise is just nostalgia. And Doctor Who is no stranger to this phenomenon. In the last series alone, we had Sontarans, Daleks, Cybermen, the Master, Sea Devils, Weeping Angel, First Doctor, the Fifth Doctor, the Sixth Doctor, the Seventh Doctor, the Eighth Doctor, Ace, Tegan, Ian, Joe Grant, and then, in the next 3 episodes alone, we have David Tennant back as the Doctor, Donna Noble, Sean Noble Temple or Temple Noble, Wilfred Mott, Sylvia Noble, Bonnie Langford as Mel, Kate Stewart, and I mean Kate Stewart anyway, she is just nostalgia. She basically does nothing other than going, "The Brigadier is my dad, you may remember him." And there's so many more. And I don't know how long the viewing public are gonna be good with that. Doctor Who's always been a nostalgic show, but here's something that might shock you. I didn't really think about it until the other day, but when was the last time we had a Doctor Who episode with an actual original alien/monster that had no nostalgic drop-ins of another creature? An episode that just stands completely on its own. And the answer to that is February of 2020 in the episode Can You Hear Me? And I mean, if we want to be really technical, in Can You Hear Me, the Celestial Toymaker gets a name drop, but I'm not going to complain that much because that's just a cool little name drop, and I'm pretty sure it's going to tie into the 60th. Completely accidentally, of course. Since then, there's been a finale, a New Year's special, an entire series. I say entire series, it was cut in half because of COVID. I say cut in half, it was just sort of jumbled together. It's all one big story. Then there's been a series of specials. There's been Daleks, there's been Sea Devils, then there's been everything. And then, obviously it makes sense because it's a 60th anniversary. Also, side note, it was officially announced Beat the Meep is played by Miriam Margolyes, which is really, really cool. And I mean, we all saw that coming, but it's cool that it's announced. But yeah, it's very likely that the 3 60th specials coming out in November are going to feature past villains. And it does kind of make me worry, is Doctor Who learning bad lessons from itself? Does it need to keep bringing in these villains to keep the ratings up? Because if we look back to Series 11 from 2018, that whole series, the whole idea of that was, boom, new monsters, everything's new, fresh. And that received quite a lot of backlash, and not all of the new creatures, but a lot of the new creatures weren't well received by the public, even though the Pating's there, and I love the Pating. Also, another little side note on the Pating, there's this really cool podcast that Chris Chibnall went on the other day, and he was talking about how they were originally going to do a sequel called Patings, where there were loads of Patings, and I'd imagine it'd be like Alien and Aliens, and that'd be funky. Do that in future. Russell, note that down. Or bring Chibnall back. Oh, I just heard half the fandom shudder with terror. But yeah, Series 11, it did not go down well when they just did new villains. So the obvious question there is, why don't they strike a balance between some nostalgia and some new villains? Even just the immediate shift between Series 11 and Series 12, it went from nothing to everything. There was the Timeless Child, there was lore about Gallifrey, there was the Jadoon, there was another incarnation of the Doctor, there was the Master. And it's almost like the BBC, I don't know whether it was BBC behind the scenes going like, quick, please put stuff in that will bring in audiences they're dropping off. As I said, there needs to be a balance. And I mean, Russell T Davies talked about this way back in 2005 in this interview, which I'll just play a short clip.
Now the publicity started, I honestly think I've been proved right now. It's like all the papers, they're all like the trailers on telly, they're gone with the theme tune. There's the noise of the TARDIS, there's shots of the Daleks. It's all those icons, really. You'd be stupid to clear out the icons. Or you might as well sit down and invent a brand new show.
But yeah, the iconography of things like the Daleks, the TARDIS, the sonic screwdriver, they are sort of integral to the show. But the question is, how much is too much? because a lot of people say the 60th kind of just looks like we're going straight back to 2008. And as much as I do love Series 4, it's probably the best series of Doctor Who ever. Is it a wise idea to just jump all the way back to the best era? Best era in the public's eyes, because Peter Capaldi, Series 10, banging. Does it leave shaky ground for the future? The whole point of Doctor Who is renewal and new stuff. Why just bring back all the old stuff when you could start making something magical and new immediately? Well, I think Russell has a plan. I reckon, it's not confirmed, but I reckon the 14th Doctor and the 15th Doctor, that being David Tennant and Ncuti Gatwa, are going to meet. They're going to interact in the 60th anniversary. It's kind of going to be a mini multi-Doctor story in that sense. It's going to introduce the new Doctor while bringing back the fan favourites, which creates like this beautiful blend of people who'll come back for nostalgic reasons, but they'll stay on for the fresh and the new and the exciting stuff that's still yet to come. Russell did talk in Doctor Who magazine recently, I say recently, it was probably like a month ago, or a couple of months ago, about despite initially being hesitant in his first era, he's more likely now to delve into the past. And I mean, as I said earlier, Beep the Meep is an obscure comic book character who's being brought into the official canon of the show, and I think that might be the best way to go about pleasing the hardcore fans, because some character like Beep the Meep, for example, normal casual viewers are going to watch and go, oh, that's a cool creation, he's great, and they won't need all the backstory from the comics, and it'll just tie in nicely. And even characters like Mel can sort of be given a new lease of life. Like, it'll appeal to classic fans because it's, oh, I recognise Bonnie Langford from my childhood, but realistically in the classic series, Mel had little to no personality other than carrot juice and exercise, and I don't think that's going to be continued over. I think there's been many years since we last saw her, so Russell's going to sort of reinvent her character while keeping elements of nostalgia. I do trust Russell to be able to write this so it is still accessible for a new audience, because, yeah, if there's any Doctor Who writer that can do that, it's Russell. I think by far he is the best at appealing to like everyone. He knows how to get bums on seats and how to get people watching this show, which, yeah, I'm really excited for. Despite every bit of media at the moment saying nostalgia's the key thing, the cool and hip thing, people are starting to get bored of it, and Doctor Who has to continue into the future, so new things are needed. And I think new things are on the way. I mean, we've already seen whatever the hell this weird new slug creature is. We've seen Jinx Monsoon in character. We don't know who she's playing, but I'm presuming it's a new villain. And I mean, even then, there's kind of mixtures. Like, Neil Patrick Harris has never been in the show before. He's probably playing a classic character, but he's going to do a new spin on it, which kind of pleases both sides. We've got an old character played by a new actor, which is the beauty of Doctor Who. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below, and please do remember, if you did enjoy the video, to like, comment, subscribe, so you can keep up to date with the latest and greatest Doctor Who news, especially around this exciting 60th anniversary era. Also currently playing on screen, you can see the trailer for our upcoming Doctor Who fan film, Echo's Destiny. The official trailer is out now, so go and give that a like, and a subscribe and a watch, and you know the drill. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.